WIDR.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to ESBN. We are on 89.1 WIDR FM. I'm your host. My name is Chippy, or most people call me that. That's my nickname, and I'm joined by two of my fellow coaches here in our varsity program. Say hello, you guys.
Hi, everybody. I'm Zach, also known as Meridian. I'm back again. If you remember me from the first episode from last year, I'm the lead coach here at Western Michigan University.
And I am Evan. I'm also from the first episode, Overwatch coach. And Zach and I also dabble in everything else with this program. So we'll be covering our games. We'll be covering the program in general, the start of the school year, all that kind of stuff, because it's our first episode of this school year. You know, it's exciting to get this started up again after having a pretty fun time in the
spring
semester.
I think we started in the spring, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. But even then, we got a lot of cool things to even touch upon. The teams are finally back up and running. We have some cool new events coming up for you guys as well to check out if you're a Bronco here on Western Michigan's campus. And then we're probably going to talk about some of the cooler events that we've attended, since we have a couple little sneak peeks of what we got coming up. But I mean, even with the teams in session, I know, Zach, you formed your team as well starting in the fall, but you guys haven't gotten into competitions yet. But I know, Evan, your Overwatch team has started competing. How's that going for you guys so far?
It's a brand new team mostly. We had someone who was on the team for 4 years finally graduate, and he was a big part of it.
Finally graduate.
Finally.
You make it sound like
I mean, it's just like when you're like I think he was probably the first 4-year player, to actually be through the program when he came.
Talking about Elijah?
Yeah,
he's talking about brother. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Elijah was like the first one to like just do 4 years of it and be done.
A 4-year varsity athlete. That's not common.
He was on the top Overwatch team the whole time. Well, actually, that's a lie. Not his first semester. I played over him. But that was
there you go.
That was because he joined mid-semester.
He had big shoes to fill.
Regardless. But yeah, so we had a brand new, role swap with Tyler moving to tank and playing Doomfist, and just brand new team, new players, working out all the kinks and stuff. But like, we're playing in NACE on Tuesday nights, which is going good for now. I think we are 2-2 in that and still have like 3 more games. And then there's the Overwatch homecoming collegiate thing, which is every Saturday, which is wrapping up this Saturday, and we're 5-3 right now. I don't think we're gonna get any farther in it just because only the top 32 make it. Which there are 300 teams signed up for that.
That's one of those where, like, if you don't start off strong, you're not going to make it far.
Yeah. So I think we're doing really well for what we are at, but it's like, you get randomly matched up and you have to wait for your opponents. And, you could get lucky with who you match up, or like the other team could be like kind of worse, but like they got lucky with who they matched up again and like beat them. And then
didn't that trend on Overwatch Twitter where you got, or the collegiate Overwatch Twitter, where you guys were like stuck waiting for an extra hour and a half because one team didn't finish their game?
So in years past, it used to be the 2 games on Saturdays, and they just gave you both your opponents, which was good because you'd face people that both were the same record, but the second game might be harder or easier depending on how you did the previous week. So they decided this year, let's schedule your first game and then have all 300 plus teams be done in the first round to then give you your second round.
Sounds like so much fun.
Which it was only a problem because the default time was 2 p.m. EST and then 3:30 EST. And if anybody listening has played Overwatch, even like just competitive for a long session or on a team before or something like that, like, if you're going a 5-map series, it can go long. It will go longer than an hour and a half.
Definitely does.
So it ended up being, after the first match, 1,000 plus people were watching one team stream, and they were all in one of the Discord channels, all spamming these admins, kind of being a little unfair, but like some of it was warranted. But literally,
it sounds warranted, to be honest.
Everyone was watching this map 5 guy just play Sigma, and I was just like, he was just missing a lot, and like it was just sad. Like all we wanted was
that guy.
That guy getting
you suddenly have 1,000 people in your stream, and
and
you're just crumble.
No moderation. No moderation in his
Well,
chat.
yeah, because it's like one guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even that. It's like he didn't even have any auto mod stuff. So like people
because
were
there's
throwing.
He probably was like there's
No,
one
yeah,
viewer.
The chat was full of like art that you could like.
Yeah, see,
Copy pasta.
Yeah, you can just do
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff, and like there was no bot to like just delete like excessive emotes or excessive
Yeah.
uppercase
pure
letters.
chaos.
Like it was just chaotic. But like everyone was watching that. Eventually, it got over, and then they had to release a statement like, "Don't harass single people."
Oh, yeah, I forgot
a
they had to
solo
release it.
person about
They
that.
Probably
So,
don't
Like
do that.
they're like,
guys.
and then they released a statement like, "Yeah, we're just gonna move back the start time an hour, but they're gonna keep it the way it is for now." And I like that you match up against someone because it makes it more fair. Because like I'd rather face against like a team that also is 4-4 or something like that than like if I win 4-0 and then I'd have to play 2 4-0 teams that weekend. Like it weeds it out better, but it's like it's
Makes
weird.
it hard because
It's weird to try and get 10 matches done in 5 weeks.
Imagine you're that 1-7 team that has to face up against an 8-0 Northwood University.
That won't
I've
happen.
been there.
That
I have been
thankfully-
there.
I've been there
I've been
before.
there too.
Yeah, at least it avoids that because eventually you'll get matchups that like I doubt like a team will lose every single match
Yeah.
because eventually you'll find a team that
Yeah.
also is losing. So it's been fun playing a lot of teams. I wish we played like more teams we knew, which is nice about the thing we compete in with the MAC.
Yeah.
Because facing these schools that are like 3,000 students, but they have like scholarships and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like just like they have insane players, but like there's only 3,000 students on the campus. It's like I have to like if I have to look up your school even remotely, I'm just like, oh, like I've never heard of
I
this.
was gonna say, like,
place.
the only school I recognized you guys playing was like Illinois State, right? You guys played the Red.
no,
one of their club
we didn't play
teams?
Illinois State. I can't remember.
Then yeah, I
who it
probably don't
was.
recognize any of the schools you've played this
Yeah.
semester already. But
It's kind of ridiculous, but there's just a lot. We always have a chance to play someone we know, but I don't know. I just like the run back against like Michigan Tech because
oh yeah,
we beat them when it mattered.
true.
Then we played them in a different thing and
The Bethel
barely
Land
lost.
last
Yeah,
year.
that was fun. So exciting stuff. We're still going. I got my club team too that I'm working with, and they're kind of going crazy.
I was gonna say they're
They're
going
smashing
nuts
it.
right
They
now.
haven't lost a map
They haven't-
yet.
yeah.
haven't lost this.
No, they
map.
haven't at all.
No, it's exciting. They're
He
doing.
took one of my league players, by the way.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
he did. I forgot he
He took
did.
one of my club support
Ian's the
players.
best.
He's
Ian-
awesome.
Ian, if you're listening, you're the goat.
Yeah, he's fitting in well. I think it's funny that they got a scrim to rage quit.
Oh, they,
They
did.
made a
Yeah,
scrim rage
they
quit.
made someone. Yeah, they made
They
a
quit
team,
like an hour in. Like they were
Yeah,
just like
mid-game?
tired. Of,
Yeah, mid scrim.
Wow.
In the middle of the practice
Did they
and
say
everything.
anything?
Well,
They
yeah,
just-
they just said
yeah.
don't play Junkrat, and then
That's
some
raw.
not nice words were said.
Yeah, no,
That's
they were
wrong.
not happy. they were very mad.
So-
it was like over one character.
Yeah.
But for like
Wow.
this fall, like getting all the kinks out in order and like working with the team, like developing a new system is gonna take time. And my philosophy for like this semester is like I don't really care about the results. Like I more care about what happens next semester and like how well we do against teams that we see every single year.
Oh yeah.
And like these other tournaments are just like just to get your team ready because you can practice and practice, but like game day is a whole different beast. You it's just a different way you approach things, and you're not going to have like the coach like giving you feedback constantly while you're playing. Like it's on them. Yeah, they have to be prepared, and then it's like you guys weren't ready or whatever. It was like this. So it's like it's just it's important that you have those, even though like they may not matter as much.
Yeah.
No stakes is nice, at least.
Zach, tell me about your team, man. I mean, I know you guys haven't started competing yet, but
Yeah, so first of all, you're listening to 89.1 WIDR FM, by the way. Thank you, Evan, for that interesting introduction of your team. My team is different. We are not brand new. We are 4 of our players from last year returning, and then we've got one new one who picked up a new support. His name is Max. If you see him in game, his name is Pivich. It is a initialism for a phrase that if he's ever on the podcast, I'll let him tell you. It's not bad. It's actually cool, but I'm gonna leave it a
It's
secret.
not like Squamous.
It's not like
It's named after
Squamous.
cancer.
No, it's not that.
It's a weird way to put it like that, but
Well,
it was like his
yeah.
grandpa or something had like
Yeah.
a weird story connected to it,
Yeah,
and then
because
he
his
just
grandpa's name is also Max.
oh yeah,
So it's like it's just weird. But
I have
Well,
no
we'll have
idea
to have
how he
Max
evolved
on
that.
for the origins of that name. as
Yeah.
well. Anyway, my team is kind of growing into things. Same jungler, same top laner, same mid laner, same AD carry. Working out the kinks from last year and also trying to figure out kind of how to approach the game because it's changed quite a bit. We're kind of using the same strategy that we used last year. Not going to spoil it in case anyone is any other schools are going to be scouting
Listening
our
and
Yeah,
our
they hunted-
podcast
they
right now.
down the
But anyway, we started off. So we're not, I guess, to give you some lay on the land on what we're actually doing this semester is our CLOL tournament is not until spring. That's our main collegiate tournament. But we're participating in CLOL fall warm-up, which is like a few best of ones. They basically just take any collegiate teams that want to sign up. You get put in these big groups, or these big divisions, I should say, then chunked down into groups. And the best rosters from each group move forward to a bracket stage. And you just kind of go from there. We've got those games coming up this weekend and next weekend. And then we also are playing, like Evan's team is, we're playing in NACE as well. So we're in the, is it the open division?
It's probably open premiere.
It's we're gonna be one of the open ones, yeah, because we don't have an ACE membership.
Yeah, open premiere or something like that. So we are going to be playing in those on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't know if we're going to be streaming them because those are busy days for us.
Very busy.
For WMU in general. But yeah, so we're going to have a very busy month of competition. Since then, we've just been scrimming. We've just been scrimming like 3 times a week, going over a lot of things. My team has struggled quite a bit. I'll be honest, if they were here, that's what they'd talk about too. They'd probably get a kick out of it. They would love to
Where
crap
they talk
talk
about your scrim
themselves.
record. I caught a glimpse of your scrim record the other night. I thought it was funny, but
You're gonna call me out like this?
You're
dude?
zero
yeah,
and
I
zero.
had
air.
to.
You're gonna ask me you're gonna ask Evan. Evan, what's your scrim record, huh?
I don't count it because if you're counting wins, losses, and scrims, you're not looking
See,
at
exactly.
it
There
correctly.
you go.
There you go.
But anyway,
If you want
maybe
my
I
real
have a
answer, we win 'em all.
23% scrim win rate. Maybe I have a 23% win rate. But also, you don't
That's a
know.
very
Am I pitting them?
specific
Am I
number.
pitting them against challenger players every day? Maybe I am.
That's
know?
the point.
Well, that's what Aiden gets.
Yeah, Aiden,
when you're a
Aiden, my
GM.
top laner. He has a heart of gold, but his champion pool is quite
Limited.
small.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're doing our best. We're learning a lot. We're improving every day. I mean that not in like I'm just saying that because I'm biased, but like we really are. We had a really good block last night, playing against some really high level players. I think we played against UNT last night. I have no idea what score that.
University of North
Texas.
Texas.
Oh, okay. Well, we
Or
went
North
1-2 against them.
Tennessee, or North.
Tennessee.
Put-
Or you already said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another T. I don't know, like Tallahassee.
See, I don't
Tallahassee,
see
yeah.
you like know all the schools, Evan. Like
Oh, so do I, yeah.
you just see like UFO, and I'm just like,
Well, UNT is like one of the known like top
UNT
schools.
has a good program.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like across
well,
the
we took
board.
a game off of them.
There you go.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was their A team. There was.
It's also Texas, so Texas schools and just like competing
Yeah,
in things are just like just regular sports.
hell,
Texas
even
A&M.
marching band, like they just like doing things in Texas is just like a thing everyone does.
We're playing
Literally.
against Texas A&M in our first fall warm up game.
Yeah,
One of their B teams or something.
I think
I actually picked up kind of a secondary unofficial coach. His name's Arya. He's from a Texas university. He plays on the team over there. Arya is goated. Helped me out a lot with top lane positional coaching, since I don't have a ton of time to dedicate to like individual players. I have to think about the big picture, right?
Mhm.
League is really heavy on like positional coaching, like being your best at your position.
Like
because
the micro, like
Yeah,
the small stuff.
yeah, it's the only game, when you think about League of Legends, for those that might not be super familiar, League kind of starts as a 1v1 game that turns into a team game. Starts off where you're just pitted against one opponent, and as the game progresses, it turns into a multi-team or a multiplayer brawl. And we've kind of just been figuring things out, doing our best. I kind of have an interesting story with a couple of my players. So last year, when I first picked these players up. If you're familiar with the league rank system, so it starts at, well, now it starts at iron, and it goes up through the metal. So iron, bronze, silver, gold, plat, emerald, and then you get up into the elite tiers. So like, diamond, master, grandmaster,
And then like challenger.
and challenger, and like master plus is like the top like 1%. I'm pretty sure top 1% of the
bell
player
curve is
rank player
weird
base.
in that
It's
game.
really weird.
The bell curve is like, it's like diamond's like what, 2%?
Diamond is like top 3 to 4%, 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Overwatch where it's super lower, like lower elo skewed.
Yeah.
Like our game, Overwatch is more like more of a bell curve. There's
Yeah.
higher number of diamond players. But when I first picked these players up, pretty much everybody, I don't think I had a single diamond player. Everybody was plat or below. Like we were a very low ranked team.
You're picking up games on Akron.
So
I mean,
so we didn't have like a ton going for us, but we learned our strategy last year, and yeah, you're right, we did. After the beginning of last year, we came out, we beat CMU.
All that matters.
Yeah, true. It was our first
Truthfully.
game, and we won. I was like, okay, we won the season, guys. We picked up a few more wins, picked up a really cool series win against the Bobcats, the Ohio Bobcats.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fun one. And then, yeah, we did take a game off Akron. I think we went like 7-6, which was like pretty wild.
still pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah. So, since then, this summer, our players grinded pretty hard. And with the inclusion of the new support, everybody has been diamond before, either hit it or was previously diamond. And then Meki, my top laner, Aiden, and my jungler hit masters. Meki hit grandmasters over the summer.
Wow.
So they both, hit the top levels of the player base. And for League of Legends, that's pretty huge. Like you're operating in a different world, like when they do that well. So now with that like individual level up and then like our team coming together, I think on paper the potential of this team is pretty crazy. I think they could do some really incredible stuff. So I'm just trying my best to keep up with them. It's we're gonna have a battle ahead of us, but I'm very confident in my team, and I always hype them up, and I always tell them they're capable of pretty much whatever they put their minds to. I definitely think we're playoffs capable this year for sure. I think the solo queue ratings get us some better seeds, and we'll probably be taken a little bit more seriously. So I know we're getting good scrim partners. We just got to figure out some of the issues, and I think we'll do really well. So yeah, I'm excited for our season.
That's
Got all this competition coming up, and we're gonna see how it goes.
So I also had invited the two other coaches here. If you're listening at 89.1 WIDR FM or at Western Michigan University, I invited our Rocket League coach, philosopher, Octavian, also our director here for our varsity program. And then I also invited our Valorant coach. His name is Luke Primeval. Shout out to those two guys. Awesome people, tons of fun to work with, and they're the ones that are currently in season in this fall.
Yeah, it's funny we don't have the folks in
Yeah.
season.
I'm trying to
yet.
look up what the record.
I know, I was gonna say, like, I don't know the record off the
right
top of my
now.
head, but I believe Valorant is 5-3 as well.
5-3. There's no way they played 8 games.
It's been, well, they get a lot of double headers.
There's
in the
one
weeks.
doubleheader week.
Well, they played 2. Well, sorry, they have a game tomorrow, so that might be their 8th game tomorrow. Or 5th.
You
I don't
mean-
remember.
or no.
Like 4 and
I
3
might be
right now?
ahead.
Something like that.
Something like that. But they have a pretty even record as well. And then the Rocket League team, they are on the bottom side. They have lost a couple of their really good players. They picked up someone named J-Bar this season. SSL, he was top 100 ranked in the world last season.
Dang.
Or 2 seasons ago in Rocket League.
Top
So
100 in the world. That is
awesome.
nuts.
Is it based off world? It's not region.
It is
based?
world. Yeah.
What
Rocket
the
League
heck?
ratings are all based on world rankings. So he was top 100 in the SSL rankings, which is nuts.
Wow.
And then one of our star players, Gengar, had to take a step back as well this semester to be a pilot a little bit more. So they'll be back in the spring, and that's our big goal, is to shoot for CRL once again in the spring. But on the Valorant team, they've stepped it up. We picked up a new recruit, Brother. We talked about how he was a 4-year varsity player, or 4-year player for our program. We have Dean now, his younger brother, Dean.
Brother.
Adams.
Brother
oh my
two.
God.
Dean had an insane 1v3 clutch last night. If you want to go check it out, twitch.tv/TheWMU Esports. Go check out that game. Dean had an insane clutch against Eastern Michigan University in 1 versus 3.
Yeah, we own the state of Michigan.
We
That's
do.
all that matters.
We are one of the best teams in the state of Michigan, so we take pride in that. But They've had a pretty good season overall. I've been shoutcasting and doing production for all their games, and they've had a very tough season also with many of the teams in the MAC conference. But then again, their season also did just start. They got a few or 4 more weeks left in their season. I believe they end middle of October, and then they go into playoffs. So right before we go into fall break here in a couple of weeks, actually. So
I feel like Valorant. I talk about League being super competitive, bro. Collegiate Valorant feels like so insanely competitive.
It is insane.
Like I feel like every roster is just like all like high immortal plus.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they're all just like the top of the top.
Oh yeah.
And it's just crazy because that's so much rarer in League. Like we still compete against high ranked players very frequently, but it's not like the whole team. Like
Oh, yeah.
we're never competing against an entire master GM lobby. Like that's crazy. So for the for the Valorant folks, they are putting up a fight against some really high level.
It takes a lot of time, and I mean, even then, what I tell most players who are in the club and in our club esports program, and a part of our varsity program is, the more you play, the better you're going to get at those games, right? They grinded over the summer, right? The League of Legends team, that grind that you put in, it matters. It shows. Even for the Overwatch team, I mean, our support player, new one you picked up, Zoa, she put in a lot of time over the summer as well.
Yeah, she
I mean,
plays
even
a
then,
lot.
ranking up to
I
Masters.
don't know if we can call Zoa new. Well, new to the
player
varsity.
team.
Yeah.
Not new to the program, but
I
new to the
think,
varsity
like,
team.
Yeah, I think everyone's been playing a good amount, grinding up. But like the more
Trust
important
me, I
part
hear
is
you guys in the Discord calls.
Yeah, they-
I know
oh, yeah,
you
they
all
love
play the
it.
game enough.
They play a lot. They were playing last night.
My whole life has been okay. I'm sorry. I'm not. Evan's gonna beat me up after. My whole life has been listening to Overwatch comms.
Well, that's
I
when
just
your
drowned
My
friend
girlfriend
group is-
asked me why I know so much about Overwatch, and I'm like, well,
when I tell you my friend group really loves Overwatch.
we had the best Overwatch team in 2019 in the States, and
It
lived
was
with that
true.
ever since.
I do have I found the document. So our Valorant team is currently sitting at 4-2, 9-5 in games.
in maps. That's nice. That's pretty
Fifth place right now, but I guess tied for fourth,
Mhm.
kind of thing. So they still got
We still have to play Central.
they
Do you
still have
know how
like
many-
half the season left to
Yeah.
go.
Is it top 6 get out to playoffs for Valorant?
Top 8.
Top eight, I
8.
believe, for everything.
So
Yeah.
there's 14 teams in the
Yeah.
ESC for Valorant. Northern Kentucky rocking the bottom of the leaderboard.
Yeah, they
again.
forfeited out their entire
Oh,
season.
yeah, that's right. I forgot. They're done with that.
They had a pretty good league team last
They
year.
did.
Yeah, that's weird because they have a
They
real,
just randomly-
they weren't good at Overwatch like at all, but they have this good league team.
That's how collegiate is, right?
I
You know,
guess.
one year they're just the goats. Next year, like 2 people
That
graduate.
is
and
collegiate
they're-
esports, though, in a nutshell.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's just it's
Okay,
not
so
the long game.
The Rocket League team is 3-4.
Oh.
We're a good 13-13.
oh, nice. In games. That's
in
nice.
The
Perfect.
games.
The comeback.
So
We also still have to play
currently
Central.
7th. I guess we played a game already because Miami's 3-3.
Mhm.
I don't know, it's weird, but they can still make it. Ball State and Kent State haven't lost yet.
Ball State is like, they made CRL in the fall as well. Their team
Yeah.
just qualified for Collegiate Rocket League, the Psionic sponsored
Yeah.
Rocket League
Yep, CRL.
tournament. But no, that Ball State team is incredible.
Yeah, and so that's how we're currently rocking. Not in the dirt yet, but still plenty of time for both teams to still make a run for a playoff spot. I mean, they currently both have a spot. Just keep moving
Finishing
on.
strong is really.
I'm
the
not
big
sure
deal.
on how much their schedule. I don't know the strength of each team they play for both games left in their schedule, where they could go up more or potential
both
to go
teams both have to
down.
play Central, and I would say we're better than Central. No
Yo.
matter what, we are better than Central teams. So
I've never lost to them. So.
we've never. I don't think
Me
any of
neither.
us have.
I don't know
Maybe
the
I
last time.
have.
I haven't lost
I
to
think
Central.
there was one time I think I did, but then
Shame on
it
you.
was in a double elim, and we ran it back at them in 5 maps.
Okay, nice.
Nice.
So because they met us down there and we
Mhm.
went it back up there.
There you go.
So that was probably the only time I think we have.
Like the scariest situation.
Yeah, because we played them in the Bandwidth Bowl. I think we had we didn't have a first opponent, and then we waited for them, and then they had to take a sandwich break before our game, so we were iced even longer.
Yeah.
Then they 3-0'd us. No, sorry. We played them first at 11 a.m., then nothing, had a bye, then they had their sandwich break, then we played them again because they met us in the lower bracket.
I see.
And then we 3-2'd on
Nice.
5 maps there, and then like where they didn't touch the point, and it was over, and we're like, oh my god. So down but not out kind of situation. So yeah.
Beautiful
They're a
seasons.
cool program at least now with their new director, and
yeah.
I'm hoping we can maybe see if they can come out and like play us in person.
Well, that's true. Yeah, we're trying to figure that out for our upcoming games against them in Valorant.
We got them to come for the Overwatch match last year or last semester, which was exciting. I'm surprised they came because it was a Tuesday night and it's like a 2-hour drive. So I'm like, I was really surprised they wanted to, but they had fun. I think it was cool, especially with the Valorant team. We can't stream the CMU WMU match on our own thing because the league that's running it is going to do it on their channel.
Max is going to stream that one.
So
ESC's going to stream that one.
Yeah. We can't do it. So like if we could get them to come out and be there, like it might be a lot more fun for just like spectatory wise
and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
I would love that. We were trying to figure that out like a week ago, I think, is what we started doing that on.
It's always awesome. You get the actual team out here to like actually play on the stage across from you. It's a real different experience for the students, I think.
It really is.
And it's a lot of fun. I know I think I talked about this in the history pod like way long ago in the first episode, but like when I was a player on the league team, like one of our first like real matches, we were against U of M and we got U of M to come out. We played against them. That was a lot of fun. I got a double kill on Darius top diff, baby. We still lost. Doesn't matter. Top lane's useless. But when the other school like actually comes out, it's really cool.
Yeah. You guys are listening to 89.1 WIDR FM, the ESBN podcast. We got a couple more things we wanted to touch on for you guys. Upcoming, Zach and Evan here. They've been working on a really cool event coming up that we're going to be hosting, our League of Legends Invitational. Now, you guys know way more about this than I do. I don't play League of Legends too much, but I've do a little bit of production.
It's clean, Chippy.
It's top lane, man. You just said top lane doesn't matter.
It does not matter, but Malphite matters.
you just have to press R.
You do just have to press R.
Guy,
you just
rock
launch
guy
everyone
go
in the sky.
You lock in the green skin and you press R.
How has the hype been for this event so far? I know I'm not sure how many people have signed up for the event so far yet. I know
because we literally just announced
I was going to say it was announced maybe like 4 days ago
or something.
Yeah.
So we just got it out there. So yeah, this is going to be our WMU Fall Classic League of Legends edition. That's not I think the official name is WMU League of Legends Fall Classic. Pretty sure that's what we're calling it.
Okay.
But anyone familiar with the kind of invitationals we did in the past? So we're finally doing one for League. We know that we did one in spring for Rocket League, and then in 2021 fall we did. Was it fall or was it spring?
It was fall.
I'm pretty sure we always do an event in the fall. Yeah.
Okay. 21 fall was Valorant, and then pandemic happened. Then way back when we had our Overwatch one. So now we're getting to our last varsity title, the most recent varsity title, which is League of Legends. Of course, I'm talking about it because I'm really excited because I have always wanted us to do a League of Legends event. Now it is difficult because
It's very difficult.
League games are long. They're next to Valorant, I guess. They're the longest single games. Like the single game takes the longest of any of our varsity titles. And then also with putting on a League of Legends event and spectating it and putting on like the digital production, there is a mandatory spectator delay. It's part of the client. And it is just put in the game by Riot Games, so anyone who's spectating could not feed info directly to someone playing the game. There's no live spectate, and there's no way to live spectate. Like in Valorant, how you can put someone in a live spectate slot and everyone has that capability. It's just hard coded in League, so that you cannot live spectate. So you need access to something called the Tournament Realm, which is a whole separate client. If you want access to that. And unfortunately, we could not procure that because this is not an officially Riot-sanctioned event. So that's totally understandable on the RSAA side. No hard feelings, not a big deal. So we're just going to get around it by doing what we've done in the past. And when the game is over, everybody on the stage sits there for 3 minutes until it's finished.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's no like crazy banger games in the finals and then the people can't be excited and they have to just sit there. We did that at Bethel too.
Yeah, I will say I was on the other end of it.
When we saw that, when we won that tournament a year and a half ago, it was straight up like, you couldn't really notice too well. Like we were just too glued on looking at the screen So
Mhm.
like it was nice that it was like at least respectable in that aspect of just like, you know, we didn't really know. I mean, we could have guessed like the game's ending. Like sometimes you can just guess that the game's ending soon. Like there's a fight and they're like, oh, there's
It's
a
probably
fight at
gonna wrap
Baron. This game's over. Whoever wins the fight, and it's like, you know,
Yeah.
it's not the worst thing in the world, but with how League is working, like, and how long things are, we can't do it like we did in past with Rocket League and Overwatch, trying to get an entire tournament in person done. So how it's gonna work is we're gonna have pool play, like, you know, groups divided evenly, depending on the amount of signups. It's gonna be online qualifiers. Default at least is the October 28th and 29th. We don't have plans to stream them specifically, but we might stream our teams.
Yeah, we'll look to stream our team. We're
Yeah.
gonna ask like the others, because you know, if you want to stream this, I would suggest streaming your own, like
Yeah.
streaming them from your production. And yeah, and
So those games will happen. We'll get, you know, every team will play every team in their group, and then the top 4, if it's like 2 groups, it'll be the top 2 from each. Will be invited in person the next weekend, November 4th, for a 4-team in person event.
bracket stage.
We'll have, you know, it won't be like you'll play your semifinals, we'll play the grand finals, and then a 3rd place match. We have trophies. It'll be fun. It'll be streamed, and exciting to get more people out there for another game of League of Legends, because we've had League of Legends through hosting in the spring. We hosted the one of the high school league finals.
Yeah, the MHSCL.
MHS. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Finals.
Yeah, so they had Rocket League, they had Smash Bros, they had League of Legends, so we've at least had something like that before, so we know how it's gonna work, and stuff like that, because that's just, you know, pretty easy. So we're experienced with that, and that was a fun event to do.
See, for the production for that was a ton of fun. I had so much fun interacting with those guys. Even if they were high schoolers, they had so much fun just being there. You know,
Yeah.
we had a small little, you know, technical difficulties, and I was, you know, apologizing for the delays, and they were just like, I don't even care. I'm playing somewhere else, and this is awesome. And I was like, you go, guys.
They did most of the work anyways. I was
Yeah, they did a lot of work. Shout out to those folks for being
yeah.
super prepared.
They were-
they helped fix something in the arena.
Yeah.
They did.
The one lady was just like setting up food, and she was just like, this pipe thing doesn't sound right. And then like it was like, it was actually an emergency kind of thing, and they came out and fixed it immediately. I'm like, this is when you just need a mom to just walk through. Like, I'm not kidding. The energy that a mom has to like get
It's
things done
powerful,
is
yeah.
It is powerful.
It's a
I
force
can't
to be
fix that
reckoned
many
with.
things.
Yeah, they were a great rental. They should come out again for
They
sure.
plan to. I
Yeah,
say
so
that.
we got a lot of going on, but that's our current like big event planned. We got other stuff that happens all the time. Like we have we have our games streamed on Tuesday nights still, sometimes Thursday, so keep a lookout on the socials for that, because sometimes they have to play double headers. Rocket League's on Wednesdays, and this is all streamed online too. And then we have open play on Fridays from 7 to 11 p.m. We got all the PCs available where you can play any sort of game you want. And if it's not on there, you can just, you know, download it if you own it, or talk to us, and like we can just get that permanently on there. That's something that we can do pretty quickly. And then we have locals for fighting
the
The
games.
weekly
Fighting
Smash
game
Bros.
weeklies, those are
brackets,
big.
Those
Yeah,
are
big.
so much fun. They get a lot of people in.
Yeah.
I played in the first one that we did in the earlier this semester, and I got my butt handed to me.
Yeah, I would.
Those
I would
guys
never,
are nuts.
I would never sign up for that,
I took
man.
one game, and I found out I took the game off of the number 10th ranked Joker player in the state.
Dang, let's
I was
go.
so
Let's
proud of
go. Wait,
myself
what do
for
you
no
play?
reason.
What do you
Nah,
play,
I just
Jimmy?
played Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
Yeah, no, yeah, he laughed.
I'm a Kirby player, bro.
No, I barely did any damage to the guy. The only reason I got him was because I just like sat on the edge of the map and waited for him, and I just got lucky.
Cheesed him.
Yeah.
I wish I could be good at Smash because I like a lot of the characters, especially since they finally added Sora.
Oh yeah,
That's my favorite character. But it's like, it's cool having that, and it's a very it's kind of casual, but it's something that anybody can get into.
oh yeah.
And pretty easy. And since we have a million Switches and a
We do have a
million
million.
copies of Smash Bros. And Mario
million.
Kart, like,
And a million controller adapters.
yeah,
we have a
we
million.
encourage everyone to come out on Fridays. it's good to get that place bumping. And if not, that's fine because we have a on-campus gaming room.
That's
which is
true.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
if you haven't been here to the new student center yet,
Which
on
we're
campus,
recording from, by
Yeah,
the way.
we
on
are.
89.1
Yes,
FM.
awesome. Thank you guys
There's
to WIDR.
padded
Oh my goodness.
The sound dampeners.
The sound
Don't touch them.
dampeners.
They're expensive.
Extremely
Place is really
expensive
cool. They
as
got
he
the
touches
corner
it with his
office here.
hand.
They got the
I'm not
corner
breaking
office
it.
here at WIDR. It's super
Oh, this
secure. I
sweet.
love
The
new
studio is
student center.
amazing. This is incredible.
Thank you, WMU, for this. Like
Yeah,
it's
I mean-
it's a big investment, but I think it's awesome. I mean, there's like today there's a group of like monks in the heart area. Like there's like you guys didn't see.
I
oh, yeah,
walked by
I
it.
didn't-
Yeah,
you
no,
might have
I saw it. It
There's
was
like
awesome.
They're like
That
making
is-
art over there and like doing
It's
some
in like
sort
a
of like
memorial for something.
Yeah.
And they're doing a fundraiser as well right now in there.
it's super
for
cool.
it. But it is incredible. I mean, the cultures that are represented in this new student center as well. It's absolutely amazing the kind of stuff they have in here.
Yeah, I know Western is really trying to like up the connectedness and like the togetherness of like, trying to reduce like the kind of isolation. I think the student center was definitely designed. I know they talked about it. The student center was designed for like a social atmosphere, but with how it's all worked out, I think it's awesome. And the gaming lounge, Game On,
Game on.
is what it's called. If you guys ever hear us reference Game On,
Yeah.
that's the physical location. It's the student center
There's,
PC lounge. There's
yeah, there's
It's got eight
Eight
PCs that are just like the ones at the arena, all connected to the same thing. So
True. Yep.
You know,
I can turn your PC
Yeah.
off from my phone.
I can.
Yeah,
I
have the
can do
power.
that.
we do have to make sure that both facilities know that if you hit select all, you will affect everyone on
Literally
campus.
everyone on campus.
So it's important. But it's got ping pong, foosball, TV.
VR?
There's VR corner.
the
yeah.
VR is awesome.
Yeah.
The VR corner, yep.
There's TVs that you can get consoles. Like you just have to talk to the front desk and you can get. I know they have an Xbox Series X and then a Switch. I think they have a PlayStation.
They
but
do
I'm
have a
not-
PlayStation.
okay,
Yeah, PlayStation 5.
So they got anything you need. And it's easy to get in there.
You just got to give them your ID and they let you play. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
And it's right across the hallway from a Starbucks and a like convenience store and the pub.
that thing's not working.
The
yet,
pub,
I
which
think.
is not
Obviously, the pub
around
hasn't been
yet,
opened yet. Yeah,
but it's there. I think it's cool that they put that like like it was very strategically put.
It's a fun place just to go in between classes because that's what it was like. It was not as like that when the student computing center was a thing before COVID happened. But like it still has the idea of like stopping in between classes kind of thing. Like if you have free time, like just chill out and
Yeah, why would you study?
yeah,
You just
exactly.
go game.
Yeah, but like if you're
Wait a minute.
if you're walking from Rude Hall to Sangren, like just
Yeah, that's
walk in
right
there
in
because
there.
you have
You got a little
you have like
time.
an hour to kill
Yeah.
or something like
It's,
that. Like
it's nice in there.
so
I like it.
it's cool to have that. We just had a watch party there. It's easier for people to get to campus, watch the Overwatch League Grand Finals.
My, Smash players for the club team, they practice in the new Game On room. Funnily enough, they practice every Friday in there. So that's actually one of the best things is that since the arena isn't always available,
And it's kinda far.
It's kind of far away as well. The players have a really good opportunity there to get together since it's closer on campus, and since Smash Bros is a much better game to practice offline and together, they put a lot of work in offline. I've gotten a lot of people's interest. I've gotten a lot of people coming out for those practices, and even then, like other people will come in and play just to play during their practice times. So
Yeah.
it's been really awesome to see a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah. Huge ups to the WMU planning for the student center. It's dope.
seriously. You guys are listening to 89.1 WIDR FM, and one of the last things I wanted to touch on tonight is we're hosting our awesome event later this year, the League of Legends Invitational. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the events we've attended to as people. I've gone to just one event in person for an esports event, and that was with Evan, funnily enough, our coach, for the Overwatch League Finals in Toronto.
No, that was not the final.
That was not the finals?
That was like the stage event.
Okay,
It was-
well,
Dang.
It was
Just
I
say
got
it's the
owned.
finals, dog.
I thought it was
Okay,
the finals.
we went to the Saturday day, which had the most amount of games. Like
Just say it's the finals. Make it sound
We went
cool.
last year to Toronto's event.
Yeah,
not
but that
this year.
was one of the coolest things I've ever attended. I mean, the production quality that was there, the people that were there, all were talking about the games. I sat next to a couple people who are from the city itself in Toronto, and talking to them about the city was also just a blast. So
Yeah, it was exciting to go to a completely different country.
For one, Toronto's an amazing city.
Driving there was scary, but
Yeah. It was like a 5-hour drive from my house, and that's like 7-ish hours from Kalamazoo.
oh yeah.
I don't know how I drove after the whole event because we got there at like 11 a.m. or no, noon,
We got there about noon.
noonish. Like, and I didn't leave until you guys left a little earlier than we did, but I don't think we left until like late in the night.
I thought I was gonna say we left at like 11 p.m.
Yeah, I probably left at like 12:30 or 1. I drove all 5 hours.
You guys
back.
still caught up to us.
Yeah,
That
that's
was the
weird.
funny part. Is they still
I
beat
had a
us.
second wind and just drove the entire way, and I was watching this event the entire time. Like, I don't know how I didn't crash at any
We
point.
stopped at a McDonald's. That was the reason they
Little
caught up. I stopped at a McDonald's
We
in
stopped
Canada.
at one of the convenience things. and got
That was
donuts.
the best McDonald's experience I've ever had, by the way. Was in Canada. Yes.
real?
By far the best experience I've ever had. I apologized to them. I walked up and I was like, sorry guys, I just wanted to let you know that this is like the best experience I've ever had. Customer service, the food was
How would
amazing
you say
as
sorry
well.
when you're about to go tell them, like,
Well, I don't know
just
why
'cause
I
it's
did.
Canada, you think you gotta say sorry?
But and then the manager looked at me and he goes, no, I'm sorry. We've had a lot of bad reviews here lately. And I was like, that is insane. There is no way this place is getting bad
You're
reviews.
never
for the
going back
service
to
I
that
got.
one ever
I was
again.
there at like
McDonald's,
midnight,
Just
dude.
being like, this place is goated.
This place is great. I'm never coming back.
yeah, that is.
There's
I'm
never
not gonna be
going to
here,
be a-
but this was dope. Like, I
Keep
love
it
you.
up. I'm just a kid from Michigan.
Oh man, but I wanted to ask you guys. You guys went to a couple League of Legends events, or maybe even some other events
did.
in the time. I mean, tell me about
I've
that.
been
What's
to a
that
couple
like?
recently? Yeah, so a little bit was over a year and a half ago, but this summer finals, not the LCS season that's currently going on. The last one was in like Raleigh, North Carolina. Or something. Is that North Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was in Raleigh. But before that, the previous year was in Chicago. And before that, in 2019, when we still had live events before the pandemic and everything, me and Trevor went to the LCS finals there. But this one went back to the Midwest, went to Chicago, so we went and checked that out. Got some tickets and got kind of like a backstage pass hookup through the RSAA because we were collegiate. That was super dope. They invited a bunch of other collegiate programs as well. So we
Ferris was there, right?
Ferris was there, but not for the backstage part. Like
okay.
Jono and his group was there just for the actual tournament. But
Yeah.
the backstage
Surprise.
stuff.
I know.
I think
I was
I
surprised
actually
too.
could be misremembering. If Jono listens to this and then it was like, no, I was there. I'm sorry. Did not mean that as a slight at all. I just have a terrible memory.
They're big on production, so I'd hope they would, because I've heard cool things about it. I know
they have, like, a
Tavian
major
geeked out about it because of
Yeah,
VMix.
the production was super cool. Yeah, we went. So we checked the backstage out with. This was during.
Is that the same time?
Yeah,
We
so the
bought-
reason why Evan didn't go is because he was at the Toronto thing.
Yeah, I had
and-
already
oh,
bought my ticket a lot earlier, like already planned.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
like,
the
this is
same
my-
day.
It was my only chance to ever go. Obviously, I didn't know that this year they'd have the Overwatch League finals again in Toronto, or
That's
like
true,
just
they
have
don't
another
announce
event
that
in
later.
Toronto. But like, I was like, I need to go to it at least once, and like, I would have loved to go to the League of Legends event because I like at least watching LCS stuff. But I was like,
It's cool.
I had to go. Like,
Yeah, I don't
Toronto's-
blame you.
I've been to Chicago before.
Yeah, I don't.
I
blame
like Overwatch more. I had.
you. Yeah, it made sense. Anyway, the event was super cool. We got to go backstage and look at the production, see the VMix booth. Yeah, they do. They use like a more industrial flavor of VMix, but
Yeah.
it's really powerful. Just the amount of material and like equipment that Riot brings through for these events, and then just packs up these massive
They have,
live events is it's a logistical it's this massive operation, bringing
It's
this
like
stuff
a
in for a
50-person
weekend.
staff too.
I mean, for just the production, I wouldn't be surprised if it was more than that. And then for
With
every
any spectator, like sport and esport, it's
yeah, they
there are
had
so many people that are behind the scenes, making sure that this camera angle works, and then but then I'm just enjoying my football.
yeah.
There's so much that go into all this stuff.
Shout out the
Yeah,
Detroit Lions.
it was
beating
massive.
the Chiefs. Anyways,
But the event was super cool. 100 Thieves lost. Way to go. Let's go C9.
Cloud9 baby.
And then so later that year, Worlds was also in. So the League of Legends World Tournament that happens every year. That's the biggest tournament. It's a main international one. That's the one that the winner of that one kind of, you take home the Summoners Cup, you're written in history forever. That's the big tournament.
Yeah.
And this past Worlds was in North America. So it traveled through different states, through different parts of the country. And the first stage, group stage, was in New York City. And I had been to New York City before on a class trip my senior year of high school. So I kind of knew what I was getting into.
20 years ago.
But it'd been, a billion years
He's so
ago.
old.
Because I'm ancient.
That's how old I feel. So, you know.
Yeah, and I'm older than you anyway. We're not going to talk about that here. We don't reveal that. Went to the group stage with one of my friends. We got different flights, and he's like, my friend that I went with, he's the kind of just like, yeah, I'm just going to walk down to like, Central Park, just like screw around for a little while, and I'll just meet you by the center. Like I'll just meet you at the Hulu Center, like when it's time to go in. I met him at like a rooftop bar or something. We just like hung out and then went into the event. But yeah, just was riding on random trains through from where we flew in to get where I needed to go, trying to figure out everything. I could not figure out how to scan my Metro card. Like and there's a massive line. There's like hundreds of people in this tiny little metro area trying to file through the little
and all of them could do
turnstiles.
it blindfolded.
All of them could do it.
can,
I could
yes.
not do it. I was failing on repeat, and I'm just like scanning this thing, trying desperately so hard. Some like Dominican woman behind me grabs it and just like scans it for me and smiles at me, and I was like, I love you. Just like ran through like. It was just, she came in so clutch. Thank you, person that I couldn't
You'll never
even
see
understand the
ever
language.
She just
again.
wanted you to get out of her way.
Yeah, you know that too.
It was great, but got to see Worlds, which was really awesome. Chinese crowd there was massive. Like
Really?
it was majority Chinese supporters,
Wow.
like Chinese fans.
Was EDG there?
Yeah, EDG was there.
Yeah.
Ah,
EDG and
Edward Gaming.
LNG I think was there.
I don't know what that one is.
I forget the other Chinese seed. Oh, JDG
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I should know that one, but I
EG.
don't know its name.
and LNG, I think. So those are major, LPL teams. But got to see the North American teams completely beef it on stage.
As they
got
do.
to see Faker from the stands. I got to be in his
Yeah.
presence.
That
was enough
I
for
got
you.
to see him bow to the crowd. I got to see all these
Baker the
stars.
legend.
Yeah, so that was really cool. I got to see the European teams as well. So that was a super fun couple of days besides watching Inspired Ego Lock Italy and run it down. No flame to Inspired, still really good jungler, but it was a lot of fun. And that Worlds ended up being one of the most amazing Worlds ever with Def's story. And if anybody's in the culture and is keeping up with League of Legends, the World song just came out, Gods, featuring New Jeans.
Nice. Yeah, I forgot
It's
that.
in Korea this year. So,
It is in Korea.
Stay up late, gamers. If you
It
want
generally,
to watch.
like, if you can catch it early in the morning. Like if I'm waking up early for work, I should be able to catch it in the morning, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Because if I recall, that's generally the times that, like, when it was in Korea, you'd be able to watch.
Well, whenever our old R6 teammate Young would when he was back in Korea and he would be online, he'd be online at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
To,
So yeah,
A lot of the
Yeah.
APEC Overwatch League stuff started at 4.
yeah,
So
that seems all right.
4 a.m. EST, 4-5 is kind of good for them because I can't remember the exact. I think it's around 12 hours, literally difference of when, just what time it is over in Korea right now. So kind of use that to feel like so. We've had a watch party for that World last year, and it went all the way to Game 7.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Longest we were at the arena until almost 1 a.m. And I'm like, I did that 2 days in a row because we watched the Overwatch League Grand
Yeah,
Finals
right.
the day before, which also went to Map
Yeah.
7.
But it was the story, man. You're
Yeah.
never gonna get a story like that
It's
again
awesome.
with the World's Finals. It was so dope, and we're gonna have another one this year with Worlds coming up. It'll just be very early in the morning.
Maybe.
We'll get
see
there
what
at 3 a.m.
And the difference being, we have our local events. We attend Bethel Lands and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
It was different this past year because we brought 2 Overwatch teams and we brought our Rocket League team. And they only did those 2 games.
We swept the Rocket League bracket, right?
Yes, so
I remember, yeah.
we had 2 Rocket League teams in that as well.
Oh yeah, because they met each other in the semis.
We had a chance to get 2 trophies with Rocket League.
And then they messed up the
how
seeding,
bracket, how the seeding worked out. Our own team had to knock our own team down to the 3rd place match.
If only they seeded themselves properly.
And then
Had the self-kill thing.
and then
Yeah.
you know they lost in the third place match, but I think it was still close. But then our Rocket League team clutched out and just won the whole thing. And then we also brought the 2 Overwatch teams, and it was 2 groups, and then we met each other in the first round of day 2, and we went 3-1 against them, having a little fun. Since there was
So you guys
our
didn't lose
own-
a single map in groups, and then you got to the playoff stage, and only our club team was able to take a
Yeah,
map
we
off of you.
that was kind of my bad. I put someone on something, and like they played a comp that they like had a lot of fun playing. We also I want to note we put their coach in, one of my fellow coaches for the club team.
Okay, Crunchy Broth.
Crunchy Broth
Shout
Jackson.
out to
He was a
Jackson.
varsity player. He was a very good player, and they
Extremely good.
And the more important thing is he's very good at talking in the game and like getting people to listen and like just like what the right plan is to do in that. And you need to do that in Overwatch with how fast paced it is. So that's a very big note. They put a better Lucio player. No. Listen, the person that was playing Lucio, Sister Ramen, who she now goes to GVSU, which is fun because we'll get to play against her soon. So they put an actual Lucio player in who talks a lot on a comp they're comfortable on, and I mirrored them, and then we kind of boomed ourselves and then swapped and still lost that anyways. A lot of things, but it was still fun. I don't really care at the end of the day what happened. Like
Yeah.
I'm glad they had fun because they didn't do that well in the event, but they still got to travel, so that was
Yeah.
fun. But varsity team ended up winning that, and then we played GVSU in that, and we sweeped them because I don't lose to GVSU. That's literally in my
Hey, me neither, bro.
Anyways, I'm
Yeah.
gonna scratch
The
my head
one
over here.
game,
I'm
the
not gonna
one
say
game didn't
anything.
count way back in
Yeah.
the school
Yeah.
invitational did not count. I'm not
Yeah.
counting it. I was missing half my team.
yeah you're right. Oh yeah,
I was
yeah.
missing half my team. It don't count.
Yeah, so we did that, and then we played in the finals against Bethel. Unfortunately, we lost. Definitely was like a bit close here and there, but got a little bit away from us. But we got a trophy anyways from it, so I'm not as mad as I was the previous year because I still got to walk away with something. So now our trophy case is that much bigger now.
Stacking that thing
Tr-
up.
the trophy case.
It-
please.
still
The
make to
windowsill
build, by the way.
is getting full, so you know.
Trophy case, which
We were
is
trying
the
to get-
windowsill.
If anybody at Western knows where to go to like the wholesale for when they take down the Bernard Center, we need a trophy case.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
like,
we do.
Can
We've
y'all,
been
like,
trying to
hook
find
us
one.
up? We
Please.
need one from the
'Cause
Bernard Center.
we've got quite a bit because we going back like the first thing we got was the Trine controller trophy that we earned way back in early 2019.
I thought he was gonna say
1920.
1920. I know. I got
1920.
scared. I got scared.
that thing we've had for the last bit just because we've won every time we played against them in that thing. Then it was the Overwatch Collegiate Tournament trophy that we've had. What was next after that?
You hold on to the check still from that one tournament.
You're
Oh,
right.
the check
It's-
is in my living room.
Yeah.
it's
still
something
sitting in the
I've
living
had
room.
since then. It's my personal trophy. So it's fun to still hold on to that. But it was a while before the next thing, right?
Yeah, hey, pretty much because COVID then started happening, and we
Yeah.
didn't have any other tournaments to go to.
I yoinked
so.
the first Bethel Land trophy for League of Legends. That's me, baby.
Yeah, you held on to that one
we
for
have-
a while
we
too.
have that one. We have the Rocket League first place. We have the Overwatch second place trophy, and then
Rocket League Invitational.
the Rocket League Invitational one we hosted in the spring semester. We won that. That was a great event, just because we had lost to Siena Heights in the group stage, and then we played against Davenport in the first round and beat them, and then the semis, I can't remember who we played, but we beat them anyways, obviously. And then the finals we played against Siena Heights. It was this really close game.
Crazy series.
Actually just crazy. And they were definitely confident going into it because they had already beaten us in the group stage before. But when you have good Rocket League, it's still exciting because the ball can be just kept in the air or just insane passes and just close. And you only have 5 minutes, give or take, when the ball goes in the air and just whatever. Like those games are only 5 minutes, and then you just got to quickly reset and they go right into the next one. So it's like,
Very momentum.
yeah.
based, I
So
feel.
it-
I'm not a
It
Rocket
is.
League expert.
No,
That's
it
the
is.
vibe I
No,
get.
it is.
I think the final score in the finals was 3-1.
It was like 3-1, 3-2. It was one of the two. It was a close
I
series.
don't think it was 3-2. So, 'cause,
it
like,
was.
I think,
It was still nuts
but it was
regardless.
like the fact that they came back from that. They were kind of boomed from the group stage a little bit after losing that game, but they bounced back hard, and so we're looking to grow that trophy case even more. Looking for more stuff to do. Obviously, love to win our League of Legends event, but we got 3 trophies for that. For any team that signs up, give a good shot at that, and then, whatever the spring semester looks like.
True, and that's all to come in the future. But I'd like to thank you guys for joining me here today. Our first podcast back this fall.
Heck
Hoping
yeah.
to keep this tradition going.
Invite me back again.
for some
I
time.
only
You
made
will be back.
I only made the first
You will
2
be back.
episodes, and I never got
promise.
invited.
I think I was in like 3. So
I
it's not
promise
like-
you guys will be back. I got a lot more things to talk about coming up to the League of Legends event and all those types of things. So you guys are listening to 89.1 WIDR FM, and this is ESBN signing off.
Thank
See you guys.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.